All right, here we are. We're back out on the river. Just got 2 lines casted out there for some channel catfish. Gonna be using some cut sucker for bait here today, and should be a pretty good bite. You know, the weather's been so crazy these past couple days. Believe it or not, we've had like a couple tornadoes, 75-degree sunny days, 3 inches of snow, thunderstorms, heavy wind, and tons of rain. So really a little bit of everything for this time of year. But what that's done to the river is it's made it a lot dirtier, and it's raised the water level up quite a bit. So the fish were already shallow, but I think they should be even shallower now. And that's kind of why we're at this spot. We're gonna give this spot, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour and see if the fish are here. If we're not seeing the size of the numbers that we want to catch at this spot, I got a couple other spots identified down the bank here that should be pretty good, and the fish should be there this time of year. So I don't know, we got a couple hours to fish and just looking to get my hands a little slimy. We'll see what happens. They're getting plumped up. They're so much better than they were just a couple of days ago. Early spring channel cat. Not too bad. You guys missing a whisker, looks like. It's also got something funky going on with his tail right here. A little bite mark or something, but overall, not a bad catfish. Number 1, we're on the board. Glad we picked this spot to start at. That was a pretty decent channel catfish for this river. And I just want to point out, I'm not casting my baits extremely far. I'm really kind of focused on the very shallow water, like 3 foot and less. That water is a lot warmer than the middle of the channel this time of year. And so that's why we're putting our baits there, and that's where every fish should be in the springtime right now. Feels like another decent one. Oh, that's another good one. Come on, man. Just open up. There we go. Wow. All right. Honestly, a really big channel catfish for the Fox River, especially in the springtime. It's probably pushing, I don't know, 12 to 15 pounds in that ballpark. Massive tail, was pulling off drag. But if you look, he's actually blind in this one eye. Little zombie eye. Wow, really a good channel catfish. I'm proud of that one. Might grab a quick still shot of this guy, then let her go. If you look though, I mean, that's from the floor up to bottom of my pocket. Probably should get a length on that, but I don't really care that much. I'm just gonna call it 12 to 15. I'm kind of bummed about that eye. Otherwise it'd be a perfect specimen. All right, just cut me up with some fresh baits. Got this hook in my finger. One thing is, like, when you have a scaly bait like a sucker or a carp, you got these scales on the tip of your hook. You got to make sure those are off, otherwise you're never going to catch any fish. And again, I'm intentionally casting this very shallow. That's it. It's so funny that they're in like 1.5 foot of water. Yep. Solid cat for the old river here. Bring him up. A bumpy guy. Did not take long with the fresh bait. All right, number 3, smallest guy so far, but the action is really fast, so never gonna complain about that. Dark fish too. Look at how much fatter these fish are right now than when they just were like a couple days ago. Fatso. Hey ho, fatso. Keep this one out of this line. Let me get this guy up and out. Man, these guys are really beat up. What the heck is going on? I got one messing with that second rod here now, so I'm gonna try and show this off quick. If I can just get them unhooked. Here's this one, all beat up. Smallest one of the day. Get this guy back, get this girl. Did I miss it? It's too slow. I was too slow. All right, you know, I'm still learning some stuff while I'm out here on the water. I just missed the last 2 hits that I had, and I think the reason for that was my baits were a little bit too large. It just looked like the fish couldn't get that whole bait in its mouth. So I just recasted them, put a little bit smaller chunks on there. I just used this bait. I literally like just put this in the box there. Ooh, yeah. Decent. Perfect hook set right in the corner here. I was really starting to wonder if they were still here or not, but I just recast it, and before I even put like the rod back in the rod holder, this guy was on. Not the biggest one, but a solid, healthy, fat, chunky fish. They've all been good fish today. But one thing I've noticed is a lot of their whiskers, I guess a lot of these fish are missing a whisker. Very rarely do they have both in this river. Something strange, I don't know if someone else is doing that or turtles or who knows, but pretty cool. The one whisker catfish. All right, the bite started off really good. Caught a few, and my biggest one for the year, so really can't complain. However, the bite has really slowed down, so I'm gonna pack stuff up and I'm gonna go bounce around to one of those other spots I was talking about earlier and see if the catfish aren't there as well. Just got a baits cast out here in this new spot. Where we're set up is actually in the mouth of a feeder creek. Kind of dumps back into the main river right here. And it pushes a nice little deep hole. There's a deep hole right in front of this creek. It kind of looks more like an area where walleye would come to spawn, and less like a catfish spot, at least for this time of year. But the other spots that I wanted to go to had a bunch of trees falling down in front of them, probably from the tornado, and I just did not feel like moving twigs or crawling under logs. So this is kind of like a plan C spot. I'm going to give it about 20 minutes. If we don't get any bites in 20 minutes, we're packing it up and we're going to move to a different spot. All right, it's 20 minutes and not a single nibble. I think I'm going to reel these up and go look for another spot that has soft bottom. I really like the looks of this spot, and I'm probably going to come back and just fish different species. It looks like it'd be good for smallmouth or walleye for sure, possibly muskie, depending if we get enough current coming out of this. But yeah, I'm gonna reel these up and then go find somewhere else to get a line wet. Alright, we're at our final spot for the day. Really running low on bait, but probably enough to give this 25-30 minutes. This is where a little heavier tackle might actually have been better. All right, well, this is why we keep moving spots, you know, because when you find them, it does not take long for them to bite. This one's actually really pretty. He's like almost perfect. He's got a little notch missing in his tail, but both whiskers, both eyes healthy, no sores. Love it. We're gonna cast back out there and see if we can't get another one. It's a good little cat. Go, fat cat, go, fat cat, go. Yep. Nice. We got another one on. That last catfish that we just caught was almost like a perfect one. This is almost the opposite. He's all beat up on his tail, all beat up on his face. Both of his nostrils are red. Never seen that before. It's getting really windy. Almost knocked the camera over there. Wasn't it for my cat-like reflexes? Alright, here's another fish from our double. This one's a super clean looking catfish. Nothing wrong with this one at all. Got both his whiskers. Looking good. I guess he is missing a little bit of his whisker right down here. Sweet. Put this one back a little bit more gracefully, I suppose. Another one. Hooked good. Sweet. Not bad. They are really, really thick. I mean, they're fat, thick fish, but they are also in a very tight school. They're all in the same little areas. And once you find them, I mean, they are most likely gonna bite for you. And they are all in shallow mud. Most of this river is shallow mud, so it should not be hard to find yourself a catfish right now. honestly, not a bad day on the water. That one bait fish that I had lasted me a lot longer than I thought it was gonna, but I still ran out of bait and had to leave those fish biting. But as you can see, this is a great time of year to chase some channel catfish from the bank. You can catch a lot of fish really quick if you find them. And don't be scared to bounce around to different spots. You know, I went to probably 4 or 5 different spots here today, and I had the most luck in areas that had shallower water with a muddy bottom. And it makes sense, you know, those are the types of spots that warm up faster in the river. So a lot of different species are gonna hold up there and just take advantage of that warmer water. But regardless, I appreciate you guys watching, and hope to catch you in the next video.